Archery is all about consistency. The information provided in this video series is not the only way of doing things, but it has proven successful for me and many other archers. Bow Only's mission is to give you information so that you can be the best shooter that you strive to be. In this video, I'm going to give you a piece of information that'll make the biggest difference in your shooting if you're not already doing it. It's all about aiming. First, let me ask you this. What are you focusing on when you're aiming at a target? Usually when I get asked that question, I usually get a blank stare. People don't really know, they're not consciously thinking about what they're looking at. If I do get a response, it's usually, oh, I'm trying to put that pin right in the middle of the target that I want to hit. Okay, makes sense. So you're focusing on the pin. Okay, that's usually the response I get. That's usually what most people are doing. But let me tell you why you don't want to focus on the pin. Okay, you can't focus on the pin and the target at the same time because the target is far down range, but your pins are up closer to your eye. Your eyes can't physically focus on both at the same time. One's going to be clear and one is going to be blurry. When our pin is clear, our target is blurry. So we're not aiming precisely because we can't precisely see our target. Not only that, but we see all that movement in the pin. I promise you that the best of the best archers in the world can't hold that pin dead still. There's always some movement there. So when you're focusing on the pin, you see all that movement, and usually most people will start high and bring it down to the target, punch the trigger, start low, bring it up to the target, punch the trigger, bring it from the side, whatever the case may be, right? And that's fine and dandy. Most of the time you're going to shoot fine, but when you get under a little bit of pressure, maybe your buddy bet you $5 you can't hit that bottle cap at 20 yards, or maybe you have the biggest buck in front of you that you've ever seen in your entire life, right? You get nervous. And if you're looking at your pin and you have to bring that up to the spot and try to punch that trigger and get that arrow in there, it can be extremely difficult to do. I've been there. But if you're focusing on the target, your pins become blurry all of a sudden, okay? You don't see that movement. You don't see the movement of your pins. It helps calm down that anxiety just a little bit. You're not focused on bringing the pin to the target. You're focused on the target, and your blurry pin is floating around the bullseye or what you want to hit, okay? So not only does it do that, but this allows you to clearly see your target. Because if you're focused on your pins, your target's blurry. But if you're focused on your target, your pins are blurry. So when you're focused on your target, you can precisely aim, and then your pins blur out so you do not see that movement, okay? So the point is, try this next time you go shoot, okay? I want you to pick out a spot on the target, and when you pick out a spot, you need to pick out the very, very smallest, tiniest thing that you can put 100% of your focus on for those 7 to 8 seconds it takes to fire your shot. The moment you set your grip in your bow, you stare down that spot, you draw back, pull in an anchor, you're still staring at that spot. You're just focused 100% on what you want to hit, and you slowly execute your shot, and you would be amazed at how much better you'll shoot and how much steadier you will feel because you don't see the movement. Usually when I see people shooting, when they're focusing on their pins, they'll get to full draw and they'll raise their pin up to the target, boom, punch the trigger, right? When you're focusing on the target, that bow, from the moment they draw back, they're not coming down from the top or from the side or from the bottom. That pin's on what they're looking at from the moment they come into anchor until that arrow is released. Try this next time you shoot, and I promise it'll make a difference for you. For more archery and bow hunting information or to contact us, please visit us at bowonlyoutdoors.com. I'm Josh Laster with Bow Only Outdoors. Thanks for watching.